I'm excited and thankful for the passage of House Bill 2929 out of committee in bipartisan fashion. It's a big deal, but the work must continue to make sure that we have a bill that's ready for passage in the House and in the Senate for the governor's signature. So House Bill 2929 is the bill that requires the Department of Human Services to establish a pilot program for an overdose prevention site in Chicago.
This is going back to the previous question about punitive measures. We definitely, while we are committed as a community to working with law enforcement, we also don't want to scare people away from using these sites. So I get, if we're talking about additional punitive measures for things like fentanyl, that might keep people away from using these. And because of all the wonderful things that, and all of the health outcomes, benefits that they have, like we want to make sure that, people feel safe to use them. So that's the only addition thing that I would say. And I'm very committed to working with law enforcement to make sure that these sites are safe for both patrons and the community.
It should be noted that the funding of this program will come from no general revenue funds. You want to speak to that? Anyone want to speak to where the funds are coming from? I know where, but does somebody else want to talk about it? Well, the opioid settlement fund will be the fund that we will use if this becomes law to fund the program. So it'll be no general revenue fund to do it. And that's exciting to be able to do that. And it's a recommendation of that task force that we have an overdose prevention site in Chicago.
This was a tough bill because I was so conflicted in the law and order me, the law and order part of me, the conservative part of me hated it because of all the, usual reasons. But I just looked at this as, as a physician, we got to do something different. We got to think different. And there's two drugs that have caused me to think differently. It's fentanyl. Fentanyl's tainting everything. And people that usually are on, they have an opioid, dependency or addiction. And now they have no idea what they're getting. And so with the potency and the prevalence of fentanyl has really changed my thinking. And then the other thing has changed my thinking is Suboxone. And that's basically like super methadone. So we have a drug now that has really changed. It's really a breakthrough therapy that we can get people moving from addiction to a dependency where they can live their life, they can have relationships, and they can, they can not be addicted with all the bad behavior and everything else associated with that. But they can move to dependency, and then they can move to a controlled withdrawal. Because most of these people are not trying to get high anymore. They just don't want to withdraw. And so if we can get them on Suboxone, these places might be the place where they can get treatment and they can get on the road to recovery. And so I look at it like a pro-life bill. We're maybe using these sites as a path to recovery. So.